Uh-oh.
Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we feeding these youth? Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching these youth? Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we feeding these youth? Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching these youth?
The State of the Union and State of the Union claim this easy we get to first still waters run deep trace backles. Lay under layer rebuild that amplify use voice please don't shoot. We won't answer why everybody got cancer but stop tobacco, stop vaping on juice. The FDA proves that only that is true. We won't answer all the process. The meat ain't right, the water ain't right. California say we try to drop the land. Stop being evil, God will kill that land. Are we really in need or is Greek the new need? I'ma tell you like somebody told me. Stay awake to the ways of the world. No green, let's cash on rule everything around me. Kids need juice like positive juice, not smoking on juice from toxic schools. Define our own food, who makes these rules? Recycle hate, generation of rage, get our minds off the case, break mental chains. The stress when they push you. Hot kids, red play presented on the coffee shops, off niggas keep leaning out of raw.
Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we feeding these youth? Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching these youth?
What are we teaching these
Gone
youth,
off
man?
that sugar and full of that juice. What are we feeding these youth? Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching these youth?
Stop entertaining you just in the court. To make it up the hood and not play sports. Headphones on with the nonsense news. Now when they speak, nonsense noise. I eat Compton with TJ Lofton. Return you trying to teach them something. Education, gentrification, automation, hydro, that slave ship. True empowerment, I hope the bird. Over what's the hurt, you spoke the word. At your own pace, destroy the rat race. Slave strike, don't feel your face. Fantasies what they want. Reality's what they need.
Y'all know I ain't been.
Music changing loud, laboratory alpha ID. Stop being blind and see right through. Connect with positive social groups. Find the cause that's important to you. Stop over-sexualizing these youth. Lead from example they watching you. Disappointed and they tired of being low and not having the right tools to make them grow. Cause parents don't know and yes it shows.
Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we feeding these youth? Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching these youth? Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we feeding these youth? Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching these youth?
What's going on, family? I had to get my little theme music going while I invite some people in. Y'all hear? I love that song because they talking about these youth is gone off that sugar. And that meaning all this candy, all the food got sugar in it. And that sugar is the biggest drug on the planet, if y'all didn't know that. A lot of people are addicted from this sugar, and it shows in their attitude. Their attitudes, the way they act, the way they talk, the way they think, you know, they're full of that juice. They gone off the sugar and they full of that juice. Y'all know what that mean, right? They drinking all that alcohol and that juice in that little cup or whatever they call it. And it's like affecting them. So that's what I like about that song. So when the young T, the two twin T's, I call them, reached out with that song, I appreciated that, you know, because they know I needed some theme music in the background because I like to play my music when I'm getting ready to talk. And I'm all about the positive music, though. But anyway, y'all, I just did y'all know I play a part of I'm one of the advisors for the Compton School District. And y'all can look at my page today. And I just wanted to say that, let me move this back. You know, we really, it's like, I'll, you know, when I'm in town, I always encourage the schools to reach out to me, you know, say something, you know, let me know when y'all having a meeting or something. Let me know when y'all having a meeting and I'm going to come to it. You know, it's important that y'all, you know, let me know what's going on with these meetings and stuff. I appreciate if y'all can share this video, family. You know, it's important that y'all share the video, and it's important that we as a community start going to these school board meetings. You know, those of us with expertise. It's not just about us, the college students, the college parts of us. That college community is a whole nother world, family. And I'm not here to blast college again, but I appreciate if y'all listen to me all the way through. You know what I'm saying? I know when I say stuff about college, people get tuned out. But I really want y'all to understand what I'm saying to y'all. And what I'm about to say is you have a college perspective that's being taught in all the schools around the world. And you have an entrepreneurship perspective. Y'all got to know that's two different perspectives, right? Because most entrepreneurs did not go to college. Let's get that straight. Let's make that a fact, y'all. That is a fact. I did not attend college. 90% of my buddies did not attend college. 99% of my buddies in the automotive industry that are ruling the world with building these custom cars that's making all the money, the multi-million-dollar mechanics did not go to college. So that's not my point that I'm trying to make. My point that okay, that's a pivotal part of what I'm trying to say, but it's not my main point. So when you have a college education is taught to be an employee, meaning you're going to be taught how to go out and be a good worker for somebody else's corporation. So when you're looking at an entrepreneur, that is a person who purely had experience, unless they went to an Ivy League school, which y'all know is a night and day between an Ivy League college and a regular university. Y'all know that. I don't have to explain that to you. You can look at the financial cost. You can look at who goes to Ivy League colleges. A lot of the wealthy people's children go to Ivy League colleges because they run major $1 billion corporations. So that is a different mindset and a different education. So anyway, so when I go to these board meetings, I see a lot of college students, graduates that are in the classes, teaching the classes. So today I went to an advisory board meeting. Let me tilt this down some. Today I went to an advisory board meeting at my old high school in Compton because I encouraged them to please let me know when y'all having these meetings. And, they know most people don't have time to come to these boring meetings unless they have something to do with the school, some kind of financial gain. But I don't have a financial gain. I just clearly understand my role in dealing with these schools, So today was one of those days where I realized this is very important for me to be there at these schools when they having these board meetings, because we were sitting there and you had a lot of people, like, for example, you'll have the city of Long Beach, their top mechanic will be there because the city of Long Beach needs more mechanics. You'll have the leading mechanic at certain places, all these different places, you'll have their leading mechanics. They'll send them to these advisory board meetings because they all need more employees, family. There's a huge need for automotive mechanics in this world, family. We got all of these cars and we got not enough mechanics to work on these cars. So by me going to these meetings, I get to see, how we always complain about what's going on in the schools and why our children ain't learning anything and what's happening and what's going on and why are they failing and why are the African community not learning anything, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? So I look at that and I realize when I go to these meetings, this is why I'm there. I'm thankful the universe allowed me to have the time to where I can afford to go there. You know what I mean? I'm thankful I'm my own businessman. I'm thankful I got my own products that I sell that I'm able to go out there. What's going on, good brother Ash? Oh, I didn't mean to not speak to y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Brother Ash, how you doing? John, how you doing? Loretta, how you doing? Jacqueline, what's going on? Omar, RB Customs, Breathe Deep, how you doing? I appreciate y'all tuning in. So let me see. So I'm at the advisory board meeting and you got all of these major wheels, major company, their employees are there, the people who desperately need mechanics. So I'm sitting there and I'm one of the only brothers in the room, Luckily, it's a few of us there, but these are the people who don't really, college people don't really they have a powerful say in contributing into the direction of our young people and what will be taught in these schools. But you very rarely have a person like myself, an actual business owner that will come into the room and say, hey, this is what we need. This is what's really going on. This is the kind of people I will hire. These are the people that I would not hire. There will be probably always a need for automotive mechanics. Absolutely, brother. I appreciate that, Ash. You know what I'm saying? There's always a need for automotive mechanics. As long as there's cars on the planet, you're going to need a mechanic. You got a lot of people who say, oh, no, well, you know, we're going to have flying cars and yada, yada, and they're going to phase out the driving cars. Well, family, when I tell you that when they phase out the driving cars, the cars that I personally know how to work on, them classic cars, I know how to work on every car, first of all. I don't care if it's a Lamborghini 2019, I know how to work on it. I don't care if it's an electric car or a 59 Chevy Impala. I know how to work on it. If I don't, I will figure it out. Trust me. So because I have that skill in me, I understand the general basics of any car is all the same, family. You got wheels and tires, you know what I'm saying? Motors and electric motors. It's the same thing to me. I know how to fix them all. So I had the training for that. Not training as in college training, but experience. So anyway, what is my point? I go to these advisory board meetings, I go to the field trips because I want to know what is going on. Why is our African American children, or why is our Black children, why is our Nubian children, why is our people who children look like me failing in life? Why are they not getting out of school and why are they dropping out of school? Why don't they know how to make money? Why don't they know how to use their hands? Why are they coming home even from college but don't know letting the car dealer get over on them? You know, I sit into the car dealer all the time. Do you know people pay me to go with them to the car dealer and tell the dealer what's wrong with their car and make sure the dealer did what they were supposed to do to their car, all the way from fixing it to buying cars. People pay me to go with them because these are things they don't know, these basic things that they should. I learned these things in junior high. You know what I'm saying? Being on the streets and in high school, you know, early how to deal with cars. So it is a major situation when I'm not talking about just fixing the car. I'm talking about buying a car, family. I'm talking about we're getting screwed over when it comes down to buying cars. You know, people don't know. I had a buddy. You'll see me when I'm sitting in front of the Rolls Royce. I mean, Bentley one day in the picture I took. I was at the Bentley dealer with one of my homeboys. He bought a brand new Bentley. And then he turned around and said, man, these things drink too much gas. And I told him, you got the wrong one. You got the V12. And he did not know what a V12 was versus a 6-cylinder. A 4-cylinder, you know? So it was like, dude, you need a V8. Bentley makes a V8. So anyway, I had to take him to the dealer and tell them what kind of car he needed because they kept telling him he's driving too fast. And they never not one time told him he had the big engine car, which a lot of our people waste money and buy those cars. So he ended up giving that car to somebody else and buying the one that I told him to buy. So anyway, family, I realized a lot of people get screwed over every day when they walk into the dealership. And then when we walked in there, I told him we'll have that car right there, that Bentley, and we want some free golf club. I want you to throw the golf clubs in there. And he kind of looked at me like, you know, they ain't finna do that. And they were like, you serious? I said, I'm absolutely serious. We about to spend $250,000 on a car. You can't give us some $5,000 golf clubs or whatever they cost. And the guy looked at us like, well, yeah. I said, it's another Bentley dealer not too far from here. You know, I'm sure they'll do it. They you know, man, they supposed to give you those gifts. Those are gifts, family. That gift shop. So anyway, it's a lot of things that people don't know that they need to know about, family. So anyway, getting back to my point. So I like to go to those meetings because it's critical. So I told something to the school today that really shook them, that they never heard before, and it kind of blew their mind. I told them, quote unquote, they said they kept asking during the advisory board, they asked us, what do the students need to know? What do we need to know that's transferable that we can teach the young people today so that they can go out and get jobs at your places where you guys work at? Remember, it's a room full of employees. I'm the only business owner in the room, family. I'm the only one who was in that room that has hired employees that know what a person wants. I know what I'm looking for when I hire an employee. I know what I'm looking for when I want to have a better trained employee. So everybody else sends their employees out to go to that meeting. But I am the only entrepreneur in that room, family. So I'm the only voice from an entrepreneur perspective. So fast forward the story, as we were sitting there talking, they asked questions like, what do we need to what do you guys recommend? What do you advise that we should be teaching our young people? So they use language. They said, what's up, Mr. Smith? They said, quote unquote, they said, we need the students to learn the math. The math is very important. And I'm looking at them like, the math is very important. You know what I'm saying? So they said, okay, yeah, we're going to put the math, blah, blah, blah. And then I turned around, I looked around the room. Everybody agreed the math is very important. So as soon as they finished and everybody in the room signed off on it, said, yes, the math is very important, meaning they're going to put a strong emphasis on the math for these automotive classes. What's up, Mr. Castro? Matter of fact, you can help with this conversation, good brother. They put a strong emphasis. I was at an advisory board meeting at the high school today where I graduated from, and they put a strong emphasis on the use for math. And that meant to them, we need to have advanced math in the automotive classes before they can leave out of here with an automotive diploma, an automotive certificate, right? Flying cars probably need repair from time to time too. All cars gonna need to be repaired, But anyway, so they put a strong emphasis on math. I said, hold on, wait a minute, y'all. I said, I'm one of the baddest mechanics in the industry. I built cars that went around the world, family. My name is known globally. I'm in magazines as being one of the baddest car builders that was in the game, right? And then so therefore, that's why I'm able to be here today. And they already knew. And I said, but here's the thing about that. Most people don't know this. I don't know the math. I don't know when they say, oh, it's the 5/16. Okay, the 5/16 don't fit. What's the next size down? I don't know. I don't know the 5/16 versus the 3/8 and the 7/16. I know the quarter, I know the half, I know the 3/4, and the wholes, but I don't know what is the 3/8 and the 5/16 and the 9/16. I don't understand that personally because I learned how to do the math in schools, but it's not in my head that I know. And I brought to their attention that most mechanics in the industry where I come from don't know it either. But yet, these guys are all 6 and 7 figure a year earners because they're some of the baddest mechanics in the industry globally, period. So here's the thing about that. When you tell a young person that if you want to be a mechanic, you have to know the math, that's dangerous language because you don't. Because I'm a prime example, and I came out and exposed myself and said, I really don't know the math. But here's the thing. Did you notice Mr. Carpenter? They had a representative from one of the tool companies in the room, right? And I said, if you noticed, and I pointed at the guy who was there that always donates tools to the schools. I said, did you notice that all tools that are being sold nowadays, when you look at the packages, especially with the socket wrenches and the tools like that, they all have the numbers. They're already marked. This is a 1/2 inch, a 1/4 inch, a 3/16, a 9/16, a 3/8, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Therefore, you know which ones are missing. They no longer have where they're just plain boxes. The majority of them are marked because they know their mechanics don't know the math. Y'all hear what I just said? And the guy agreed with me, and he even said, wow. I never thought about it like that. Y'all hear what I just said? He said, wow, I never thought about it like that. So I was the one in the room who was keeping it with the real world conversation. Rodney, how you doing, family? I kept it real with the real world conversation. So I said, it is very dangerous to use a language saying that you will not be a mechanic without knowing the math. Because 90% of the car builders that I know do not know the math, and the vast majority of them are high school dropouts, but yet they are all 6 and 7 figure earners building custom cars, or they call it specialty cars today, family. So that's why they keep inviting me back, because I bring out the real world conversation with, yes, we do send a lot of people off to college, but a vast majority of them do not go to college. And these are the young people who end up starting businesses or will, do something illegal or will go off and take a trade class, some type of a trade. So we cannot tell these young people that they have to learn the math. So I did say, yes, and math is important, but the wrong language will hurt a child. I can just imagine the loss on the industry as if I was told, TJ, you will never be a mechanic if you don't learn this math. If someone would have told me that and put emphasis on that, I probably would have never took a mechanic class, y'all. So if I would have never took a mechanic class, do you know how many of my homeboys, over 100 people, would have not went into the automotive business? Because I would have been telling them, you know, you got to have the math, brother. You know, you got to have the math. If you can't know the math, you'll never make it in this industry. Y'all hear what I just said? But because I wasn't saying that, because I knew that wasn't true, I was able to pass the torch over to 100 plus people, and they were able to pass the torch over to 1,000 plus people, to where now we got hundreds of black people and all kind of people in the automotive industry bringing in 6 and 7 figures, sitting in their backyards working on cars. Charles, how you doing, fam? So then the math should be like an elective. No, it should not be an elective. Oh, let me break it down real quick. They should not have to. Yeah, it should be an elective if they feel that they're gonna need trigonometry or something, you know. But nothing in automotive says you need trigonometry. Seeing that everything pretty much in the automotive world is digital, going digital now, where you don't have to figure out the math. It will tell you. You know what I'm saying? They got digital tape measures. They got digital brake analysis machines, or whatever these machines are called. You know what I'm saying? So it is not dire to have the math. Now, keep in mind, so here, as I had this conversation, I was talking to them. When I finished, it was like, wow. The room was like, wow. And they was looking at me like, I can't believe he said that. So the one of the other brothers in the room, he jumped out there and said, boom. And he responded real quick and said, keep in mind, y'all, the math is taught in elementary. All of that math stuff is taught in elementary. So by the time they get to us, it's not up to us to teach that math again. You know what I'm saying? So most of that stuff, they get that in K through 12, K through 6 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So all this special stuff, anything past fractions and stuff like that, you really don't need it, you know, or it ain't nothing you can't figure out. I said, I will take that tape measure and line that sucker up right where I want it, and take that chalk or that pencil and that's where I want it to go right there. That tape measure was my best friend. Y'all hear what I said? So that's what enabled me to be one of the leading mechanics or the leading car builders in the whole world. You know what I'm saying? I go everywhere I go, people know my name. If you go to lowriders, if you go to custom car builders, if you go to the SEMA show and you say, do you know that guy named TJ from Compton, the lowrider dude? They're going to be like, yeah, I heard of that dude before. If you are talking to the leading guys at Lamborghini, Mercedes, Chevrolet, and you ask them, Cass, you ever heard of that dude, that black guy was in Compton, that was in Gardena building the car? His name is Express Gold. Yeah, I heard of him. Y'all hear what I just said? You know why they heard of me? Because I was doing some revolutionary stuff that was chartering the way the whole world of automotive went. I was the brother who was sitting back trying to figure out how to put a big wheel on a 64 Chevy, or how to put a big wheel on a Dodge Charger. You know what I'm saying? And it pissed off a lot of those dealers, and they had to call us and ask us questions. So that's how I became a public speaker in a certain kind of way, because these guys would call me up and say, hey, we working on this particular kind of foreign car, and we saw that you cut our car apart, changed the brakes out, put bigger brakes on it, and changed out the axles and blah, 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 and put bigger wheels on it and repainted the whole car. So you kind of rebuilt our suspension, and all the lights on the dashboard still work. So we want you to come in here and explain to us how you did all of that, because the stuff you did, we don't even teach that. And I was like, really? Y'all want me to come in there? And y'all know how many times I had this conversation, how many people wanted to fly me over here, or the next time you in this area, can you come by and stop by there? Or can we send a car out to pick you up and you come out and tell us how you did this? And yeah, if y'all gonna pay me a lot of money, because I know what y'all gonna do with this game. The car dealer's job is to make it more difficult for us as everyday mechanics to learn, so we can't work on the car. But they go out, family, they go out of their way. Car dealers, when building cars, they go out of their way in trying to make them more difficult to work on, because car dealers do not want people like me working on their cars. So for years, they have been building these cars so hard, so difficult, and making them so stupid as a car builder. I'm like, they didn't have to do this to make this car do that. They didn't have to put the alternator right here. That was stupid. They didn't have to put the generator. I mean the air conditioner right there. They didn't have to put the heater core over here. They should have never did that. But then my boy said, TJ, they're trying to make it harder where me and you don't want to work on the cars. I said, oh, that's what it is. They're trying to make it difficult, but difficult means we gonna charge more money. So I don't have a problem with that because no matter what, I'm gonna figure out how to work on it. I can make 2 or 3 calls to the Lamborghini dealer or the Ferrari dealer and ask them some questions, which they do not want to answer, by the way, family. They get to ask me, what's your VIN number and what's this and what's that? I said, they ain't got nothing to do with the phone call, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I asked you a question, and no, I do not want to bring it in there because I do not have the $6,500 for y'all to come in and for me to bring it in there for y'all to work on. So I have a question, and yes, the car is out of warranty, yada, yada, yada. So I have a design question, blah, blah, blah. And they be so mad because I hit them with all the right answers, and they don't really want to answer the question. And then I'll be like, hey, but when they answer that question, family, when I go in there and I'm talking to them and they answer that question, they say, this dude finna go fix that shit by himself. And that young black dude from Compton is finna go home and work on a 2019 Lamborghini or Ferrari. That's dangerous. They don't like that. You know why they don't like that, family? Because they know he can open up a fucking a Ferrari dealer's mechanic shop, a Ferrari shop, a Lamborghini shop, a McLaren shop. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that kind of stuff because they want you to come back and say, oh, you know what? You know, you need some new brakes, you need the oil change, and your car is acting weird. You need to just go and trade it in. You like, I just bought this car a year ago, and I just dropped 400,000 on this car, and man, and they like, man, you got 6,000 miles on the car. You've been driving this car, so obviously you like it. You need to just trade it in, man, because you know we made newer ones, and we'll give you a good deal if you trade it in. They don't want you to fix the car. They tell you, oh, it's going to be $32,000 to do all this work. You should just go on and trade the car in and get another one. And you got a lot of wealthy people that do not mind, that got the money and they don't think twice about it. You got a lot of football players that look at their their savings accounts and see zeros, see 5000000, got like 50 million or something like that. So they thinking, well, damn, it's only 500,000. Shit, fuck it. Don't give me a new one. You know, now they got rappers out here rapping about, damn, your shit old. Your shit got 6,000 miles on it. You need to get rid of that old car. Don't nobody should be driving no 2018 that make the kind of money you make. Y'all hear what I just said? I done had long conversations where I had to talk people off the cliff. Why are you talking about buying a new car and your car only got 4,200 miles on it? Well, you know, man, this old, man, that car is last year and I just don't want no problems. Family, I'll be like, this don't make no sense. He don't want to buy a car. He want to trade in his car because he want to get a new car because when he came back from playing football and all of a sudden he got back to the house and 6 months later or whatever, and all of a sudden the car didn't start. And that's because the battery was dead. He didn't know. That stuff be pissing me off. But anyway, family, so when I go into these automotive classes and sit in on the advisory board, it is so critical that when I'm sitting there, I see how they brainwashing our people, y'all. I see how they brainwashing these young people into thinking, because when I come walking in there, they thinking ain't no way in the world that dude, he ain't never been to college. He ain't never had these specialty classes. And ain't no way in the world he should know how to work on a Lamborghini. So something should be wrong with it. Ain't no reason in the world why how it should even be possible that he can pop the hood on an SL 550 Mercedes AMG and fix a problem. That shouldn't even be possible because of the brainwashing they're being told. But the reality was, what I realized is if you learn how to work on one car and you get the basic principles of what these cars are and what they do, it ain't nothing you can't work on without asking, if you don't ask a couple questions about that car, family. So what is my point today? You know, it bothers me to see that high school, its whole purpose is to build children up to get them ready for college. But I thought the whole purpose for putting our children in school was to educate them enough so that they can learn how to make money and get out of our houses, out of their parents' houses, and go start their own families and have their own houses. That I thought that was the purpose of our young people going to college, right? I thought that was the purpose of our young people going to school. If so that they can get enough information so that they can turn around and get out of our houses and start their own lives and have their own families, right? So now they've changed the whole look of that and said, oh, K through 12 is all about preparations to prepare them for college. So we got 10-year-olds who should be able to learn how to work on a car right now and can go out and make some money today so that they won't have to sell drugs or go out there and prostitute or pimp and pander or steal cars. But we don't want them learning how to make money today because we want them to focus on college. Well, that's like 10 years away. But yet they starving today. They want some new pair of tennis shoes. They want to go out and get their little girlfriend a nice little chain. You know what I'm saying? A little birthday gift or something, and they can't afford it. So the drug dealer guy across the street is looking very appealing, saying, "Hey, go run this around for me real quick, and you'll make $500, and you can get all any girl you want." See, that's very appealing to a person that ain't got no money, that don't know how to make no money. And when he go to people at school, the schools is telling them, well, you know, when you go to school, when you go to college and you graduate from college, it's like, dude, I'm 10 years old. What are you talking about? So anyway, fam, that's what I was thinking about today. And it's like, y'all share this for me. I appreciate y'all. And see, this is why I wrote the book, family, because we got to realize the bamboozle. We got to realize that here's the complete facts. A lot of our young people who got automotive education, who have trades, not just about the automotive, it's about the trades, family. They're doing better off than the young people who got college degrees. And that is a fact. And you can't tell me no different purely based on the fact that I am an international speaker. I travel around the world and speak on panel discussions. I give presentations everywhere, family. I spoke on so many panel discussions all around the world, the country, and talking at schools and talking with teachers and listening to the things that they say, family. And I know what's going on around the country. And the biggest problem is the language, family. The belief at telling a young person that you are going to fail in life if you don't have a college degree. And you're not going to make it to college if you don't have this calculus, if you don't have this trigonometry. We got young people saying, well, fuck it, I'm going to drop out of school because my homeboy, he's a big time drug dealer, or my homeboy, he's a pimp and he got all these girls and he making money. So fuck it, I won't be like him. He ain't worried about, he don't know the math. Hell, he can't even read pretty much, you know? So that's the reason why, family. But if we let them know the real, hey, if you just learn this and you learn enough, you know what I'm saying, to get you through life and you can start a business. That reminds me of Kanye West CD entitled The College Dropout. You know what I'm saying, family? So we got to realize that college has become about, okay, well, I went, so I want my children to go. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it ain't even about the money no more because, frankly, we setting our young people up for failure. I did say we. That's why I also know a lot about it because I sent my daughter off to school. And that's why I'm very vocal on it, because when you spend all this money and your child decide they don't want to go no more because college is too much, it's too much. It's not for everyone. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, that you still owe that money. Y'all hear what I just said? You still owe that money. Anyway, family. So that goes back to another reason why I wrote my book. Monetizing gentrification is not just about gentrification, family. It's not just about what's going on with gentrification. It's also about building Black ownership, meaning businesses. So I talk about that in this book, family. Solutions, meaning monetizing means to make money. How are people making money during gentrification, family? The gentrification is just the buzzword that you will be hearing about for the next decade plus, family. So please believe me, this book, you might not want it yesterday or today, but tomorrow you're going to be like, you know what? Gentrification is killing us. And let me get TJ's book because he's been talking about that same book for about a couple years now. Y'all hear that? This is going to be the book that keeps on giving, family. So I will be using this book for quite a while. This book has only been out about 6 months now, but please believe me, family, it is going to be talked about, and it's going to continue to be in heavy need. And I will be updating this book every year, because every year something new happens that is greatly affecting our people, family, that we need to know about. So anyway, that's what I'll be talking about. So ThomasTJLofton.com, family. You can get this book online at my website, Thomas TJ Lofton, Loftin. Other than that, family, this book is in 11 black bookstores and stores around the country, and I'm gonna try to name off some for y'all. I know them all, but I'm gonna figure it out and tell y'all. They're at Simply Wholesome in Los Angeles, California, Malik Bookstores in Los Angeles, California, the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Mall. What's up, brother Malik? I seen him on here, matter of fact. Malik Bookstores in the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Mall, upstairs next to the Macy's. You got a Classic One Bookstore, that's Dr. Rosie in Los Angeles, California, on Manchester. You got Queen Amina in Leimert Park on Degnan, not at the it's on Degnan Boulevard in Leimert Park. You got them at Juicy Juice in Carson, California. You got them at Long Beach, California at Shades of Africa. You have them in the Inland Empire at Shades of Africa in Corona, California. Then you have them in Atlanta, Georgia. You have them at the Shrine of the Black Madonna on Abernathy, and they're also at Axum, AXUM Cultures in Atlanta, Georgia, also on Abernathy, next door to Seeley's. You have them at the Book Boutique in Stonecrest, Georgia, which I think they just moved into the parking lot, so they're no longer in the Stonecrest Mall. They're in the Stonecrest. They're in the parking lot now, family. They should be there, or they be opening up very soon, one of the two. And also, you have them in Louisiana, in New Orleans, Louisiana, at the Community Bookstore, the Community Book Center, I believe it's called. They're one of our newest suppliers. I appreciate them. And if that wasn't 11, I know I'm missing somebody. Let me think about it real quick. That should be covered up. But anyway, look at my Facebook page, family. So if you're in any of those cities or any of those states, and you feel like you want to drive over and get the book, go in there, tell them TJ sent you. You know, that's the cool part about business, y'all. Y'all know I got a personal relationship with the owners of each and every one of these businesses, 11 bookstores around America. Y'all hear that? And growing. So if I'm not in your bookstore, please reach out to me and let me know, and I will get them to you. You know what I'm saying? So you can sell those books too, because gentrification ain't just limited to California. Gentrification is all over the country, family. Oh yeah, look out for my little book cards right here. I've made these. People say, oh, okay, well, I'll get it next time. So I'll give you this so you can take this with you. So when you get ready to order it, you got the information. But also, I'll be speaking. I'm having some book signings coming up. Meet the author. I'll be at Shades of Africa, IE, in Corona, California, coming up on April 27th at the end of this month. And I may have some other ones coming up before that, but I'm working on that right now. I will also be having a book signing and Q&A and a presentation at the May 4th at the African American Museum of New Beginnings in Pomona, California. Pomona with a P. I'll be out there May 4th, Saturday, May 4th, doing a Meet the Author and giving a presentation about gentrification, about what's going on around the country. Then I'll be I'll be back in Los Angeles at Courage Unity. I'm going to have a cold panel discussion coming up on May 19th at Courage Unity Center. Y'all know Courage Unity. That's the one where Nipsey Hussle's mom, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. Shout out to that brother. Keep the marathon continue, keeping the business pushing, y'all. Nipsey Hussle mom mentioned Courage Unity in Los Angeles, California. And you remember she was going around the casket saying, Ashe, Ashe. Yeah, she was into the African spirituality and all of that. So I will be at that center, the Courage Unity Center, coming up in May 19th of next month. And then I'll be off to Louisiana. I'll be giving a Meet the Author book signing and presentation at the Community Bookstore in Louisiana. And then I'll be leaving Louisiana, headed to Atlanta. I will be there for it's another flyer on my computer called Go Green or something like that. There's by my partner Rick Matthews and Kombucha. I can't even think. Boy, y'all know I'm good. I'm remembering all of this stuff. I'm on the roll. Kombucha something. Don't quote me on it. But anyway, I'll be there for that, and I'll be doing meet the author at the Shrine of the Black Madonna in Atlanta, Georgia, as well. There's a lot of other things going on, and I'm also booking stuff while I'm on the East Coast. So y'all want to reach out to me? I'll be out there coming up in June. So y'all reach out to me. Y'all know I like to go up and down the coast when I'm out there. Someone told me that anything that occurs in California will eventually make its way around all of America, but it often starts in California. That's a fact. If something happened to LA, it would kind of cripple the rest of the world, not just America, but the world, family. Most things start in LA and then it travels all around the world. So it'll be like it starts in LA and then it'll go all around the country, and that's like a kind of endorsement. Oh, well, they doing it in LA, and people are like, oh, really? Because of LA is the biggest market. They spend more money in LA than they do anywhere else in the world. So you look at Toyota Motors, they sell more cars in LA and California than anywhere else. In Los Angeles, California, than anywhere else in the world. Uh, all these other cars, you got Ferrari, California, you got all these car dealers. The main corporate headquarters is always in California. The biggest Ford dealer in America is in California, in the Valley off the 405, Galpin Motors, by the way. So not trying to plug them. I'm just making an example that most things happen here. Just like the LAUSD school district is the biggest school district in America, got the most students, 750,000 students. And whenever they do something there, it travels around the country, family. So they always write the blueprint. That's why speakers always get paid to come from California. Let's talk about the gangs. The gangs started off, made it big. The police that dealt with the gang task force in California are the ones who are the captains all around America, because they know how to deal with gang members. So when the gang members and the drug dealers started moving from Compton and LA, California, started moving back east all over down south and all of that, those police that fought the gangs and the drug dealers, those people are all speakers and captains of police stations and special task force all around the country. So I don't know why, but it's something special about the water here in California, Los Angeles, California. So yes, that is how that works. I hear that all the time. And that's probably why I'm a big speaker, because I'm from here and I talk about that all the time, family. You know what I'm saying? How all this stuff started off in California and now all of a sudden, boom, everybody else is doing it. It's not to be arrogant. It's just to give us the jump on things that if you communicate with us, like the low riding industry started off in Compton, California, Compton, LA, and Watts. And before you know it, I'm shipping lowriders around the world. So now I get to go talk about it all around the country to people telling y'all how it worked. And that's what y'all should be doing. Anyway, family, so please support me so I can continue to go out and buy these books. So I can continue to go out to those meetings, to those advisory boards, and tell them the things that they need to know, that our young people need to know about. So you want to support me, please buy my book, Monetizing Gentrification, Building Black Ownership. Or if you want to just help me out, buy a bunch of books. Or if you want to just sponsor me and doing something, if you want to sponsor a school, and since I'm going to be on down south and on the East Coast, what I'm saying, let me know, reach out to me and say, hey, TJ, we want you to come up to, DC. We want you to come up to Chicago or something while you're traveling. So reach out to me at area code 310-619-3954, and we'll make it happen, family. And like I said, I'm working on some more dates for the East Coast right now. So now is the good time before I start jumping on these planes and start traveling and, spreading this knowledge, family, because our young people really need to know what's going on as well as our adults. Whether you're talking about gentrification or whether you're talking about crack, cocaine, or whether you're talking about the legalization of marijuana or the legalization of same-sex marriage, it often starts in California. I agree with a lot of that craziness, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you're absolutely right, because California has the biggest market. So if they can get away with saying, yeah, it started in California, then pretty much everybody else is going to do it. So they go to these foreign countries and they'll be like, yeah, the Californians, Los Angeles, and Compton people are doing it. And then they're going to be able to push any agenda that they want. So yes, they even pushing that same-sex marriage with those lies and all of that crazy stuff, telling people what's going on. And then they show you a picture of somebody that ain't never existed. What they call them, I call it the internet actors. You know what I'm saying? The TV actors. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait till they come out with the software is already there, but I can't wait till they give it to the public to where they have a facial recognition and it will look at this face and say, boom, it will show you everywhere that face has shown up in. So boom, that picture will show up and tag it. Boom, just like it knows it tags on facial recognition on Facebook. That's how I know they already got it. But it's not limited. It's limited to just that for us. But it will. I want it to be able to tell us everywhere it's seen that face at. So if you turn around and have facial recognition, you record the face on TV that as you look at that news or that article, and then all of a sudden, boom, you push where else has this face been? And the next thing you know, Manuel, how you doing, family? Next thing you know, it will be like, oh yeah, that guy died in 1999 during the earthquake and such. He also died in 2016. He also was shot and killed in February of 2019. You'd be like, that's a crisis actor. You know what I'm saying? You'll see that this is a bunch of BS going on. You know what I'm saying? So this is the for hire homosexual guy. This is the for hire gang member. This is the for hire, you know what I'm saying? You'll realize these guys are actors posing to be real people. And we're like, oh my God, this guy got murdered. And you're like, how did you die 4 or 5 times over the last 20 years? And it's like, oh, he's an actor, but yet the world thinks, oh my God, he was the unlucky soul that got murdered, or he was the guy that was the homosexual guy, or blah, 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 blah. Or he was the first person that got married during the same-sex marriages in California. And you're like, wait a minute, he already got killed back in February of 2016. How did he get married to a guy? And you know what I'm saying? You like realize this is a bamboozle. So anyway, family, yes, a lot of this BS starts in California because California is kind of like the leader. If you can say that they're doing it in California and Los Angeles, Compton, they're going to turn around and sell it to the rest of the world, family. But anyway, again, y'all appreciate if y'all can support me and pick up this book. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. Bree Check. Y'all can pick up this book and get this book off my website. Get a signed copy. I'll drop you one in the mail, or I'll drop you 100 in the mail. You let me know what you want to do. Monetizing gentrification, building Black ownership. Not just talking about gentrification, but talking about how you make money during gentrification, how your children can stay home and not have to move out of state, family. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense for our children to have to move out of state to find a job when we got the automotive industry just desperate for employees. We got the construction industry desperate for employees, family. You know what I'm saying? And entrepreneurs. So, anyway, family, I give up the game when I wrote this book. So also, I'll be rolling out some TJ toolboxes. So if you have a city, state, or country you want me to do the TJ's toolbox in, reach out to me. Let's make it happen. Or if you want me to come out and speak at your next event, reach out to me. Area code 310-619-3954. Again, 310-619-3954. And let me know, or go to my website. Miss Johnson, how you doing? Kanisha, how you doing? Kanichia. Malik Books in the house. Y'all check out Malik's books. He carry monetizing gentrification also. So y'all reach out to me and let me know if y'all want me to come out and speak at y'all next event. And stop by these Black bookstores, these Black businesses, and pick up some of these books, family. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because if you supporting me, you supporting those other companies too. See, that's the good thing about like Brother Nipsey and Dr. Savy and Marcus Garvey. That's what we was talking about, family. We pushing entrepreneurship. When I wrote my book, Monetizing Gentrification, I specifically took my book to Black bookstores, Malik bookstores, and that brother put my book on the shelf. So now I'm making money off my book. Malik is making money off my book. So I promote Malik's bookstore. Malik promote me. Y'all hear what I just said? So he's selling the books to young Black people or Black families. And those Black families are talking about me. Those Black families are saying, hey, we need to have this Thomas T.J. Lofton guy come out to our next event and speak at this Save Our Black Youth because he's very well versed. This guy was an automotive guy and a real estate guy and an entrepreneur guy. We can have him come out and speak on all those topics because he's very well versed in all those different things. So you see how making Black products drives the Black economy. Y'all hear what I just said, family? So when people ask me, is your book on Amazon? I was like, hell no, it ain't on Amazon. Excuse my French, family, because Amazon is benefiting from my business. You know what I'm saying? From people. Now, don't get it twisted. One day, Sometimes one day I'll put it on Amazon, but not today. I want my black bookstores to sell it because I want to drive the black bookstores. Do y'all know I found out probably from Brother Malik that they had over 500 black bookstores back in the day? See, Malik, he gives me my business education on books, my book education. Y'all see what I'm saying? Manya, how you doing? Montrella, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all hear what I said? There was over 500 black bookstores back in the days. Now there's about 80 now. Y'all hear that? So there was a war on black bookstores. So I want y'all to know the black bookstore is a store that's gonna sell your products. You know what I'm saying? I got books. I can't just walk into Walmart and say, hey, can y'all sell my book? They're gonna look at me stupid. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you gotta do this. And here goes, they're gonna be like, wait a minute, here goes a list of hoops and hurdles that we want you to jump before to get through before we'll even consider putting your book in the store. And then you're gonna go on the list and hopefully we'll take it one day if we have room. But when I walk into Malik's black bookstore, he said, that's a good title, brother. Let's put that on. We need to get that on the shelf. All over the country, people say that's a great title. That is a great topic. That is greatly affecting our black people. We need to get that on the shelf right now. How much is it going to cost me for 20 of them? How much is it going to cost me for 50 so I can stock these books? And I'd be like, appreciating it because I traveled to 15 states, y'all, to make this book. I went to 15 states in 2018, family. I was all over America following the gentrification of how they getting rid of our black people, businesses, how they getting rid of black business owners, how they getting rid of black homeowners, how they taking people's homes, how are they making it difficult for our young people to buy houses. You know, that's why I had to dig in deeper and find out instead of saying, oh, that's on them. They should have worked harder. I want to know what's going on and what's holding them back. So anyway, family, I'm about to wrap it up and get up out of here. I got some other things to do. I just wanted to let y'all know what's going on. So the moral of the story, I want y'all to start going to these meetings, family. Get in there. I heard someone say that black dollar should bounce around the black community at least 5 to 7 times before it leaves the black community. You're absolutely right. If done right, the black dollar would never leave the black community. Y'all hear what I said? But in order for us to keep that black dollar in the black community, it's going to take more of us to become manufacturers. We ain't got to be those computer scientists, computer specialists. We don't have to be no doctors and engineers and all of that. You can be a person that made a simple pen. Be like, oh, I make a black-owned pen. I got a black-owned pen company. Oh, I got a black-owned phone company, phone case company. I make black-owned phone cases. Oh, I own a black-owned printing company, or I own a company that makes paper. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I make stands for phones. I'm a black-owned phone stand company. Oh, I make mouses for computers. You know what I'm saying? I got them wireless and I got them with a wire. I'm a black-owned wire company. Or I make, y'all excuse my junky desk, I make black-owned DVD case company. I make black-owned DVDs. And then someone else say, I make the DVD cases. Or someone could say, I'm a black-owned TV company and I make black TV. So everything we use, family, we need someone to make it. That's how we can have the black dollar stay in the black area and never leave. Because everything that we use, everything that we buy, we need to have a black person that makes it. We will never be able to keep the dollar in our community unless we make everything we use. So we got to quit thinking so big and saying, oh, I want to be a computer scientist. I want to be a doctor. I want to be this. I might want to be, let me give you an example. Like one of my partners, he's the person who invented the remote control. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have him at one of my presentations. You know, he could be, we also need, somebody could say, oh, I invented the fire stick. Someone could say, oh, I invented, I created, you don't have to invent nothing. Matter of fact, you don't even have to invent anything. You could just make another pen. You could just be a black pen company and have a basic black pen that's cool to use and say, hey, it's a black-owned pen company and you're going to get business, family. You can say, hey, I made a mount for your wall, for your TV. Y'all see I got this TV hanging on the wall, 50 whatever inches. I don't know how big it is. But anyway, I got this TV company and I make TVs. I make the TV mounts for the wall. I make the TV wires that you can plug the TV up into your computer and blah, blah, blah. We just need black people to make these things, family. If you don't know how to make it, that's what I'm here for. I am a coach and I'm a trainer. I will show you the game on how to get this stuff done. No, I did not grow up having a business, making wires and all of, making TVs and all of that. But that don't mean I don't know who makes them. That don't mean I don't know who makes them, family, and where I can get them wholesale and who I can get to manufacture for you. So, family, I am your best source for entrepreneurship, manufacturing. Notice I was the first person that really started talking about manufacturing as well as gentrification and a whole lot of other topics. So reach out. Dominica, how you doing? Appreciate y'all tuning in. Please share this video, family. I'm about to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I got my theme song. I appreciate it. My young sister Tiana, the twin Tianas, I call them, made this song for me. They put my name in it, family. They ain't make it for me. They didn't put my name in it.
Gone off that sugar. What are we
feeding these you?
Gone off that sugar and forward at you. What are we teaching these you? Gone off that sugar and forward at you. What are we feeding these you? Gone off that sugar and forward at you. What are we teaching these you?
The State of the Union and State of the Union playing this seems to be addictive. Food still waters run deep, trace battles. Layer under layer, rebuild that. Amplify use voice, please don't shoot. We won't answer why everybody got cancer, but it stop the tobacco, stop vaping on juice. The FDA proves that only that is true. We won't answer all the process. The meat ain't right, the water ain't right. California say we tried, drop the land. Stop being evil, God would kill that land. Are we really in need or is Greek the new need? I'ma tell you like somebody told me, stay awake to the ways of the world. No bring us cash, don't rule everything around me. Kids need juice like positive tools, not smoking on juice from toxic schools. To find our own cool who makes these rules. Recycled hate, generation of rage, get our minds off the case, break mental chains. The stress from when they push you. Hot kids, big flavors, and out the coffee shops. Off nicotine, lean, and out of raw.
Gone off that sugar and forward at you. What are we feeding these you? Gone off that sugar and forward at you. What are we teaching these you? Gone off that sugar and forward at you. What are we feeding these you? Gone off that sugar and forward at you. What are we teaching these you?
Stop entertaining you, dresser in the court. You can make it up the hood and not play sports. Headphones on with the nonsense voice. Now when they speak, nonsense noise. I eat Compton with TJ Lofton. Rich are you trying to teach them something? Education, gentrification, automation. I go that slave ship. True empowerment, I hope to further.